Industrial operations are under immense pressure. Whether it's an active oil rig or a high-volume manufacturing floor, the mandate is clear: keep workers safe, hit strict compliance targets, and push operational output higher than ever before. The tools to meet these demands already exist. Autonomous drones handle dangerous structural inspections, and robotic systems automate heavy assembly without risking human safety. So the operational challenges are glaring, and the technology to fix them is measurable. Yet the vast majority of enterprise pilots for these emerging tools never reach full deployment. They quietly fail. Recognizing a dangerous workflow and successfully integrating advanced automation into that workflow are two entirely different disciplines. There is a massive operational gap between knowing exactly what is broken and actually deploying the right technology to fix it. The primary hurdle lies in translation. Taking a complex physical challenge on a factory floor and turning it into a mature, technically sound deployment requirement is incredibly difficult. When organizations face this hurdle, they funnel their varied operational problems directly to original equipment manufacturers. But OEMs operate with a structural bias to sell specific hardware. They pitch their product as the answer, even if it mismatches the unique demands of your facility. The alternative is hiring a system integrator. However, they come with limitations, bound by pre-existing partnerships. They restrict your options to their preferred technology stacks, rather than surveying the entire market for the best fit. Relying on vendors whose advice is tied to their own sales targets leaves the adoption gap wide open. It leads directly to wasted budgets, abandoned pilots, and a facility floor that operates exactly as it did before. Bridging that gap requires a completely different mechanism, one structured entirely around the buyer. This is X4ET, the Exchange for Emerging Tech. X4ET operates as a fractional innovation and solutioning partner. Rather than acting as an outside vendor pushing a product, they function as an unbiased extension of your operational team. They are strictly vertical agnostic. They hold no ties to any single product line, and they do not owe loyalty to any specific technology stack. By removing product-specific sales quotas from the consulting phase, the objective changes. The focus moves away from finding a buyer for a platform and returns to definitively solving the operational challenge. X4ET's 6-phase adoption framework maps the journey from problem to deployed solution. It begins with discovery and assessment to prove technical feasibility. In the design phase, X4ET builds comprehensive business requirement documents. By defining these architectures internally, the enterprise takes control of its project scope. Establishing completely agnostic technical requirements before ever opening a dialogue with a vendor prevents costly technology mismatches from derailing the project months down the line. In the evaluation phase, X4ET filters a global repository of AI and robotics providers through strict pre-qualification gates, sorting by financial, geographic, and technical capability. Next, the pilot phase establishes a tightly controlled deployment to measure success. Finally, validated outcomes drive confident, enterprise-wide scale-up. A structured, chronological lifecycle takes high-risk, unstructured technology experiments and converts them into reliable, measurable, and standardized operational tools. This framework delivers a precise strategic advantage. It allows enterprises to cut months off their exploration timelines and minimize project risk, all while maintaining total neutrality. The result is a facility where complex technologies actually communicate. Command centers process live drone feeds, workflows automate instantly, and safety protocols trigger without human intervention. The gap is crossed. Organizations no longer need to vet thousands of global providers in isolation, and they certainly do not have to settle for recommendations restricted to a specific vendor's inventory. Moving safely from a raw problem statement to a successful, scaled technology deployment requires a dedicated fractional innovation partner. It requires X4ET.